Okay, it's recording. All right. So anyway, first mod showcasing is bright lasers. All right, let's go. I'll do the rest when we get to dorms.
Here, before we head out, check this gun out.
It's already covered in snow.
Have a look at the ammo and all that.
Whoops. All right.
I'll be mad.
Okay. What about it?
Well,
APM. Okay.
yeah, but what caliber?
366.
And what gun is that?
SKS. So it's gonna
Now-
fuck the gun up.
Go fire.
Okay.
Works perfectly fine.
Why?
That's one of the That's one of the mods you have that it gives mechanic a collection of gun parts.
Uh-huh.
So I have a 366 caliber barrel that lets me use 366 ammo on the SKS.
That is crazy.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm here in Raid with Cater, and I just wanted to go over some of the new mods that I've added in case you weren't aware of what they do. So first thing first is weapon stance mod. So you have a key bound. This is part of the realism settings. So if you hit F12, go into realism mod, you can adjust these settings. So this is high ready. When you're in high ready and you sprint, you should get a slight bonus to your speed when you sprint in high ready. There is this position, which I don't recall what it's called or what it's for, so I'm still learning myself. But usually, most of the time, I'm in low ready, which is this. You can see the gun is angled towards the ground.
Fuck, contact bottom floor.
All right, well, you deal with that.
Got him.
All right. If you press the trigger one time, it's going to put the gun back up in its normal state. However, you will notice while in this state, your arm stam will be draining. So that's the blue bar above my stamina. So when you first spawn into the raid, it will put you in this stance to start. So you always want to remember to hit your stance change key and go to that low ready, and you'll see the arm stam will start to go back up. Now there's also default binds for if you can cycle through the stances, or if you just want to go straight to a stance. The default is like up down on the keyboard. Like up will go to high ready, down will go to low ready. I put my low ready as the delete key on the numpad, so if you want to change that back to the arrow key, you can do that. And I think default is left is active aim. Now let's talk about active aim. What this does, so I have mine bound to spacebar, and I find this works really well. And it doesn't conflict with your jumping or vaulting, so you can do all the above and still have this key bound. I think I'm taking shots here. All right, so let me reposition. So we'll switch to high ready.
North is clear. North is clear.
There's somebody outside shooting the fuck out of me, so I can path here. Alright. So I could be getting chased right now for all I know. Typical Tarkov. So anyway, active aim. So let's say I'm in low ready. Thank you. If I press spacebar, this puts me in active aim mode. So you can hold this down and you can see it raises the gun up. And it's kind of like, what do you call it, Cater? You had a term for this?
Whenever, I mean, you were talking about whenever it was
you
like
called it point firing, right?
Yeah, point shooting form, yeah.
Point shooting form is the
if it's what I think it is. I haven't actually done it.
Point shooting form. So I use this all the time. So this is really useful. You'll see when we get into the interior, I'm clearing corners. I want to just have my gun up, ready to go. And what's cool is this this doesn't seem to drain arm stam too much at all. So, and then when you release, it puts you right back down into low ready. And then again, you press trigger, that'll bring your gun up. Now you're draining stam. And then you can do everything else that you normally do. But again, you want to remember to go back into low ready every time. Now, realism also adds to where you can rest your gun on an object. Let's see if this works here. You're going to see that icon on the lower right. You see that little gun mount icon? So now, if I zoom in, or when I aim, you'll notice my arm stam is going down very, very slowly. So this is simulating like I'm resting the gun on the object, and that's giving me better recoil and reducing the arm stam drain, which is really, really nice. And then there's actually another key you can bind. I'm trying to remember what I bound it to. Oops, not that one. Shoot, I changed my keybinds and now I forget. think that's what I bound it to. Anyway, there's a key you can bind that will mount the gun. No, that's not it. God damn it, what did I choose? I had Alt before. Anyway, I'm totally spacing right now. Anyway, there's a key you can bind that will like permanently mount you to the object, and you'll know you're mounted because your total pivot will be reduced. I think I might be mounted right now. And once you're mounted like that, you get even more bonuses. And then obviously just moving away will unmount it. All right, and then finally, the FOV mod adds a zoom-like capability to where, without using your scope, you can actually kind of zoom in your field of view. So this is good for when you're trying to see distances and kind of scope out an area. This is similar to a feature that Arma 3 has, which is really nice. So it's really helpful to have this feature in Tarkov to kind of be able to clearly see in the distance, like if you want to zoom in and see a little bit better. So that's really cool. I have this bound to a mouse button. Again, you can feel free to go into the mod in the F12. It's the FOV mod, and you can rebind that to whatever key you like. Okay, so now we're going to go inside, and we are going to mess around with the door breacher mod as well as a lockpicking mod. Hey, Cater, come up to the second floor. I'm going to try to lockpick the 206 room.
All right.
So lockpicks can be crafted in the hideout at the workshop. You need 2 medical tools and some other tool to be able to craft it. I forget what it's called. What's it called? The files or whatever. You need the files, the master files.
Like master file set.
Yeah, it doesn't consume the master file set, but it will consume your medical items. So then you can craft them, or you can buy them from, I believe, mechanic level 2. You can start buying them. So I have them here in my keychain. You see the lockpicking tool. So every time you craft, you get 5 of them. Every time you attempt to pick a lock, it will use up one of those picks. So the first thing you can do is inspect the lock, and my understanding is, oops, you got to hold the key down. This will increase your chances of actually picking the lock. So if you take the time to actually inspect the lock, that gives you a little bit of a boost. And now I'm going to pick the lock here using a lock pick. And I'm curious, Cater, you tell me if this syncs for you or not.
Will do.
I'm not sure if it will. So once the timer runs down, okay, for me it unlocked the door. Can you open it?
No. Pick lock, inspect lock, breach.
Okay, so
Let's see if I kick it though.
No,
Nope.
I can open it though because I picked it. So again, this is just a thing where this is a single player mod and we're playing multiplayer, so it's not synced yet. Eventually somebody might fix that for MPT and it will work for everybody, but for right
However, the door is synced.
Oh, the door is synced, so when I open it, you can go right through. Okay, so now we're going to go downstairs, and we are going to... Now, this is cool. I should be demonstrating the active aim. Alright, so when I come around a corner, I want to have my gun out like that. I'm going to try to use the breacher mod. Now, I bought breacher rounds from Mechanic, level 1. They're about 10,000 rubles each. Now, when you do this, you want to aim right at the lock. And I think it helps to be closer to the lock. So maybe if you guys are having not success, I think maybe the door menu has to be up when you do this. I'm not exactly sure. Now I'm going to aim right at the lock. I'm going to blast it. Nope, didn't do it. Did not do it. And did not do it. So, alright, this mod might still be broken. I don't know why.